Oh, wonderful people, hello. Right, I'm gonna do a review of a motorcycle, of course. That's what bikers do. Sorry about the selfie picture, the image. I normally don't put myself in a video, and I was accosted by a close friend who said that I need to. So for a small, short minute, I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm going to review the Africa Twin. A beast of a bike for some, others maybe not so. A great road machine, a great adventure machine, and possibly a great off-road machine. But we'll see. Let the review begin. So to assist in doing my review, I thought I'd show you my Africa Twin. And this is it. It's an all-black Africa Twin. And it's mine, all mine. But seriously, this is a 1000cc Africa Twin, not to be confused with the current Africa Twin, which is 1100. But I think my review will cover both, because it's a review discussing how it feels to ride. And I think the extra 100cc wouldn't change the riding feel that much that it would negate or cancel this review. So that's enough of my Africa Twin in terms of its beauty. Let's feel its ride. Jack Frost, go away, go away, go away. Now, I think the Africa Twin is not meant for this kind of weather. It's made for rough terrain, stones, mud, you know, that kind of stuff. I think when there's frost on the road, it doesn't matter what bike you have. This is one comfortable bike. The road is slippery, but still the bike gives me so much comfort. Its speed is fantastic. When I pull the throttle back, it moves. It moves like a bullet out of a gun. It's not a sports bike, but it really does have very sporty prowess. In terms of looks, Honda has outdone itself. It really is an attractive bike. If you're not into adventure bikes and you're not into motocross bikes, then you may not like this that much, but you will still like it a little. And if you're into motocross bikes and adventure bikes, then honestly, this is probably one of the most attractive bikes you can buy. Apologies for my language, but the ass on this bike looks good, and the cluster meter does a great job too, showing so much information that I was extremely impressed. Now, some of you wonderful people might have noticed that was a BMW GS 1250, and when comparing the Africa Twin to the GS, what you do realize is that the GS has a slight advantage in terms of power. However, when it comes to off-road and terrain, then the Africa Twin leads by a long mile. In terms of fuel efficiency, especially in light of the cost of fuel, you can get close to 60-65 miles to the gallon if you finesse the throttle. If, however, you ride hard, you're getting around the 55 miles per gallon mark, or just a tad under. Both braking and grip on this bike is absolutely phenomenal. Of course, good choice tires helps a great deal, but generally speaking, it's a well-balanced, well-positioned adventure bike. Before I give you the spec sheets of the Africa Twin, I'm going to give you 10 points that you need to bear in mind when appraising this bike for potential purchase, or if you already own it, things that you may already know, but I'm just going to reiterate so we can all be in the know. Number 1. Okay, it's a Honda. So expect the obvious, which is it's bloody reliable. Push it as hard as you want and you may crack, but not the bike. Number 2. The suspension of the Africa Twin is relatively soft. This means that not only does it offer comfort in tougher terrains, but it leads to a less tired rider. Now you know that's a big thumbs up from all of us.
Number 3, the stability of the Africa Twin, and you know that's absolutely spot on, and this is due to Honda's ingenuity in its design and functionality of the rake and trail on its forks. Really hard to beat what Honda does when it creates magic. So number 4 is basically its brakes, because they work like a charm, stopping on the line every time, just as brakes should be in a perfect world. I have tested these brakes on frosty roads, on icy roads, and they stopped. Now, of course, tires make a big difference, so good tires helps, but the brakes are spot on the Africa Twin. Number 5 relates to the DCT, and that is very important for me because I'm a lazy so-and-so. But the DCT, D allows you to cruise along like a tourer while saving fuel. And S modes, especially S3, just turns this into a speed demon, leaving even some of the sports machines behind. Well, maybe not behind. 6 is the turning radius or circle. And for a big bike, this has one of the best turning circles I've ever seen on any bike, regardless of the fact that this is an adventure bike. So it's a thumbs up on that point. 7 is simple. It just looks beautiful. It's mimicking the Dakar Rally version of the Africa Twin, the old version, and it's just looking the part. So if you want a beautiful bike, this is one to look out for. 8 is the center of gravity on this bike because it's bloody low. You soon forget it's actually a big bike. The position of the battery is low again, helping you feel like the bike is lighter than it actually is. All this helps for you to feel comfortable on a bike, and that is a must, especially when it's an adventure bike. 9 is this fact. This machine is meticulous at tortoise speed. Key in appreciating good adventure bikes isn't being able to ride fast, but equally important is to ride slow, and sometimes most important is to ride at snail's pace. The Africa Twin does this meticulously. Finally, 10 is the reality check. The reality that so many other adventure riders have used this bike to go everywhere around the world, and they've done it well. That's all, folks. Time for me to go. Take care, everyone, and for those on two wheels, ride safely.